Hey everybody, it's Tim. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We really, truly appreciate it. And we run this entire thing ourselves, so if you'd like to support us, head on over to patreon.com/improvisdead. For just $5 a month, you can become an improv pervert and unlock 100 plus bonus scenes and access to our Discord, where you can request scenes for us to do, as well as join a very cool community of folks. Thank you so much again for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody, to an all-new episode of Improv is Dead. I'm one of your hosts, Tim Lyons. Here with me, as always, Dan White, Damian Anaya. How we doing, fellas?
Awesome.
Good.
How are you,
Good
Tim?
to see you. Good to hear from you. Very excited. I'm great. I went to the WeHo Pride Festival over the weekend. Saw Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
My gal, the legend.
Too much
she put on a
smoke,
great
you
show.
said. You put
Big-
two
yeah,
posts
whoever was
about
in charge
the
of the
show,
smoke
and
machine.
one of them was critical of the show, which I thought was in poor taste.
Whoever was running the smoke machine at the show.
Too much smoke?
Carried away. Too much.
Yeah.
Couldn't see the stage.
Really? It
Covered
did
up
look
every
like
single
a lot
performer.
in the photo you posted.
Every 2 seconds. The other thing was, it felt like I was in a lunchroom. Like everyone was talking almost the entire time in the crowd.
Oh.
So that was, yeah. So that was unfortunate. But
Wow.
other than that, great time.
You'd think that
Great time.
you'd think one thing they'd get right is the smoke machine, right?
Yeah,
Like they-
and usually it adds an element, of pageantry to it.
Yeah.
But instead, you just couldn't see anybody on stage.
Yeah.
There was too much smoke. Maybe it was the wind. I don't want to blame it on anybody.
I had the
any one
opposite,
thing in particular.
Tim, when you were talking about people talking, because I talked about this last week on the show, but I went to see the National at the Greek
Yes.
on Wednesday, and it was an awesome show, but I had the opposite, where I had I was in like one of the wings, the like higher up parts, where it was like people were just kind of sitting. It wasn't like general admission, but like they were bringing the heat, and people were just kind of chilling, just like,
Yeah.
because I was like, it's skewed, like I was the younger end of the fan base, it was
Yeah.
like definitely an older fan base where I was at, but I was like, come on, let's like get going a little bit,
Yeah. Well, the problem I love the Greek theater. I think the problem is they made it too comfortable.
It's so comfortable.
It's a very
Yeah.
comfy place to see a show.
Yeah.
So I think the vibe is kind of like, let's just sit and enjoy this as adults.
Yeah, that's true. But you
We're all
watched my
adults
kid
now.
while I was there, and you put her down, and everything went well.
Everything
I
was
haven't
great.
checked in with
she's-
you since we showed up, and I showed up
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
high,
She-
so I don't
she
know
was
if you
great.
picked up on that, but I was paranoid when I came home that you were gonna like make fun of me.
That you were hot. I was so tired when you got back. That's the
was like
that's the latest.
11:30.
I know. I was just. It just felt late to me. And I don't even have a kid, but I was like, oh my. For some reason, when I babysit kids, I'm just instantly
that's every
tired.
night, man.
Just,
every night.
just when you
Yeah,
babysit
I get a little
kids.
taste of
Yeah,
parenthood.
yeah.
Just
Not
when I get a
adults.
little taste of what being a parent is like. Yeah.
Right.
We also watched Cars, the Ghost Cars version. There's like the Cars, the movie Cars.
I don't know. Yeah,
She really wanted to watch like the short film version of it, where he like gets chased by a ghost.
where they don't have
We
the
watched it
licensing rights to
19
Owen
times.
Wilson's voice, and it's clearly
Yeah.
somebody else.
They got the wow down pretty well.
Yeah.
The
No,
wow
I'm
sounds
familiar
good.
with those. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to get our guests in here
Yeah.
because it's awesome that they're doing the show. They have their own show and their own podcast called College Town. It's on CBB World. I'm going to give a brief synopsis of it, and they're going to tell me if it's right or wrong. In each episode of College Town, Middleton University professor Jan Gallant and Mammoth Valley local Bebo or Bebo?
Boo! Stop.
Shit, sorry, man. Bring together folks from town and college to mend fences, bridge gaps, and discuss anything under the sun. It's Seth Morris and Erin Whitehead. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
I'm sorry if I butchered that. And is it Bebo or Bebo or Bebo?
It's Bebo. Bebo.
Bebo. Okay.
But really, he'll accept anything. I'm
Yeah.
just thrilled
Sure.
that you read the Reddit description. I thought you were going to read a Reddit review. And I was like, listen, they're all over the place. I don't
We
know what to
could
tell
pull
you.
one up really quick, right?
Yeah, we'll pull
Let's
it up
do a
real
one
quick.
star.
Read a
Yeah,
review.
let's do a 1 star and a 5 star.
Yeah, like give the audience a range so they know.
Yeah.
That would be really funny if that's how you introduced your guests. You just did search the
A 1
internet.
star and a 5 star. Yeah.
Find their
Here's the
worst
worst
review.
thing
There's got to
about
be a
you on the
podcast
internet.
that does that
Or
for sure.
you know what we
Yeah.
should do is do blind items. So you have like five. We don't say who it's about, and you read them all and say, okay, which one of these is about Seth? Which one's about Tim?
That would add like an
fun.
element of
Yeah. Because
What do
then
we
you can
think?
find
Oh my
out
God.
what people's insecurities are. You're like,
Yeah.
no, that's definitely me because I'm.
I truly now I want to spend the whole show just Googling Reddit, each of our names and making each other guess.
I'm gonna
Except I
feel bad
might
because there's not gonna
cry.
be
I might
there's not gonna
cry.
be anything about
Yeah,
me, and
that's
that's what's gonna hurt my feelings.
That's the worst. Yeah,
Listen,
that's
there
my worst
always
fear.
is. Reddit has so many little weird. If you Google your name far enough, you can find anything.
You're probably on some
you a big-
otter sites.
Oh, that'd be. I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Oh, are you an
That'd
otter?
be okay.
Yeah, I bet you were spotted at the gay pride thing.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
yeah,
very
that's
possible.
true.
Yeah, that
And
is
a
true.
red-headed
Wait.
otter must be a special unicorn. You know, I bet you that.
Oh,
there's
what
a
am I
name
not
there.
understanding?
Yeah,
Is an
yeah.
otter
I'm on-
not what I'm thinking it is?
An
What do you
otter,
think
I
an
think,
otter
is
is?
like a more slim. Instead of a bear, you know, like a gay bear, an otter is like a
It's
hairy
the
twink.
Slimmed,
Right?
slimmed
Just
down
thought it was an
version of a
aquatic
bear.
animal. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice of you that you're
Tim,
saying
you kind of have
that
kept-
I'm slim.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say
That's
when
nice of
a couple years ago, before you start getting into the working out, you'd probably lean more into the bear territory. So you've done both. You've been a bear,
Yeah.
and now you're an otter. I would agree with that.
I was,
Oh, wow.
I was trying to get into the otter. Yeah, I got into the otter pool finally. now I'm there. And now,
You went to
now
the
I'm kind of
otter
leaning one
weigh-in.
way. Yeah. I wanted to talk about this because we got the writer strike going on right now, and we do a little improv, we do a little writing, but I ended up on a TikTok thread of side hustles, and specifically I found myself on the Lego side hustle side of people who buy Legos and then resell them out after its initial run. And apparently, I wrote down the number here because apparently Legos appreciate by 11% after their run is done.
What?
So there was a woman specifically who posted about it, and she's 41 years old, and she is retiring this year from reselling Legos, like sets of Legos that you would just buy for like $11 at Target,
No.
and then just hold on
No,
to.
she's not.
Yes.
Tim, she's not. This is not.
Trust me.
I'm gonna let our guests talk, but this stuff, I can never get behind this.
Just trust me.
It's such
I'm
an
not saying that
obvious
you should. I'm
scam.
not saying that you should drop what you're doing right now and go start buying Legos, Dan.
By the way,
I'm
if you
just
can't
saying.
see this, your living room is covered with Lego boxes. It's just like a pallet of Legos.
Just hear me out. Hear me out, because this is gonna change your life. No,
I
well,
also
this is
question like what does she mean by retirement? Because I do have a friend I grew up with. I say friend. I have a Facebook acquaintance I grew up with who retired. They retired when they were 30, but they live out of their car.
Right.
So I am also just like, everyone has a different idea of what.
They gave
Yeah,
up.
like I
Retirement
retired,
is.
but I'm working part time at Lowe's too. You know, like
Yeah.
just for fun.
Well, I can't tell you much about her. All I know is that behind her, she kind of had like a lot of basic, kind of like Target style, home is where the heart is type stuff behind her. And I didn't really see any Legos in the shots. But I was less interested about the Legos and more interested about any side hustles that you two or anybody have ever been a part of or done or are trying to do at this given time when everyone's kind of striking, everyone's kind of looking for stuff to do.
Oh gosh.
Nothing
I
like
mean, right
that.
now I'm gonna. Sorry. What?
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, I was just saying nothing like that.
I mean, the side hustle I'm trying to do right now is sell like some of my art. But the side hustle I've done in the past was a friend did an audio porn business. So
Yes.
I did porn voiceover. Well, not even voiceover. It wasn't for anything. I just did audio porn
Okay.
for very little money.
Were these like,
Audio?
were you given this? I mean, obviously, I guess you were given the scripts to read or what? Like what?
Yeah, but they let me improvise, so I made it my own. It was like very genre. Like she was like, okay, now we're gonna do a sibling fetish. Now we're gonna do stepdaddy fetish. Like each script was like very specific, and she had written them all, and I was like, oh my god. And one of them I couldn't get
Wow.
through, and she had to do it because I was like, I can't say this.
Because it was too gross or too silly.
It was a girl asking her brother to put his finger in her tight butthole, and she
Okay.
kept saying how tight it was.
Was this
And you're like,
done?
buttholes are loose. This doesn't
I just
ring
couldn't
true.
stop laughing.
Was this with another person? Like, or was it you?
No, it was
just...
it was like a monologue,
Oh, okay. 'Cause- okay.
which is
That's even
my preference if I have to do audio porn. I'd rather
Sure,
it be a
yeah.
monologue. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long was it? How long was each script?
Like 2 or 3 minutes. And my question at the time was like, maybe we've talked about this, Seth. I can't remember, but like, who's listening to these? Like, you're on the train and you were like, let me listen to 3 minutes.
I think there is porn for blind people. There is audio
You're
porn
right.
for
I'm
blind.
discounting
that's
people.
But I don't know
yeah.
if that's what it sounds like. Yours was a more specific thing, but that
No, but
reminds
you're
me.
right.
So in high school, I had these two friends whose dad was a porn director, and he was like that Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights era. Like he, it was video was coming, and so they lived in a big house. And there were big film canisters all over the house and posters and stuff, but it was his glory was fading. But he still made movies sometimes, and they would shoot at the house. And sometimes the kids would be like, "Oh, we're staying at a hotel this week because my dad is filming." And one time, you're talking about the script thing reminded me of this, where we went to hang out with him, and we go through the kitchen, and he's having a meeting with these two actresses who were like, pouring hot. And we were hanging out, and then we came down, and my friends were like, "How did it go?" And he's like, "Oh, it was good. That one actress, the blonde actress, was making all these demands about, well, I want to get the script in advance." And he goes, "I told her, honey, you'll get the script, honey, you'll get the script the day of the show, right after I finish it."
Oh my God.
It also breaks my heart that a porn actress was like, I want the script in advance so I can do like a really good acting job.
I want to know this
kill
character.
me.
Yeah, like what's her backstory? Yeah, what's the motivation for?
Yeah.
And it had to be. It was the last of when porns had plots. I'm sure it was like the end because this was
literally was the Burt Reynolds character. That's like exactly.
Oh, dude, this guy was
crazy.
so fascinating. He had been in a. So he looked like. Do you remember? John Voight in Heat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like him. So he had long white hair, kind of greased back, and he had been in a motorcycle accident when he was young. So his face was like shiny with scars, and he had like kind of a Fu Manchu mustache.
Man. Bolo tie?
One of his eyelids had he got in a motorcycle accident where he went through the back and the front of a van, and one of his eyelids had been ripped off. So he'd go to the house, and he'd be asleep in a chair, like snoring, but one of his eyes was open. So he'd go.
How hard it is as a doctor to just give them one eyelid? That's the smallest amount of skin.
That would seem like the easiest
Who
skin
knows? It
graft
was the
to do,
70s,
yeah.
so who knows?
Yeah, it was the 70s. You didn't need eyelids in the 70s.
I mean, one of the other things about him is he had a little.
Such a good point. I didn't even think about it, but that is such a good point that you could literally take skin from like anywhere on your body.
Like of all things, I understand like an arm, a leg.
Yeah.
But to
fucking
Seth's
eyelid?
point,
He
eyelid.
asked
it
him
was
not
the
to
70s,
to-
so they were like,
to
we got to
go to the-
remove your left leg if you want to have an eyelid,
Yeah.
So
He had an elbow in his eye. But the other detail that I remember a lot of. But he had a gold toothpick, so he would just like pull a toothpick out, permanent toothpick, and just like be talking to you and like be picking his teeth. He was amazing.
how's that the weirdest thing about this person? The gold toothpick. So many-
Yeah.
Toothpick.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sent us over.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too personal, Seth, but for your friends that were his kids, did they grow up to be relatively like normal,
Totally normal.
social
Yeah.
adjusted?
There were two
Really?
sisters. There were two women.
He had daughters
Oh yeah.
and was.
yeah.
Oh my
God, that's crazy because men who have daughters are usually totally fine.
Yeah.
What?
That's
Damn,
not-
that's why. Yeah, you have a daughter, right? So you're.
I do. It's like, I can't believe they did it at the house. That's the thing to me. Of everything else, I can kind of justify in my brain a little bit of like, okay, a living's a living, but like, man, to do it in a kid's home, that's just like such a, like, that's, I worry about the kid's
kind of
psyche.
arty hippie kids, but they weren't drugged out weirdo. I mean, he had a son who was
Sure.
kind of a little bit of a rednecky guy who actually ended up doing a little bit of porn. But the sisters were, one is well, she's married to an astrophysicist. I know that.
Incredible.
And the other is like an urban planner or something. So, but I mean, they for sure had a weird childhood. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just,
But I think it was
that's
like the industry was probably so different back then, and like it's also LA, right? Or is that where
This was
they were?
Northern California. This was
Northern
California.
California. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it wasn't, it was definitely weird, but it was, it was from an area where there were not a ton, but there were people whose parents had been in bands in the 70s. So it'd be different. It was different than if they were in the Midwest, I'm guessing, or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had issues with it. And they, as they grew up too, they realized like, oh, what my dad does is fucked. And
Yeah. I have a friend who's a cinematographer.
Problematic stuff. What's
He's
that?
a cinematographer. I have this friend who's a cinematographer I went to college with, and he's like, he does legit stuff now, but the things that he did for money before were like shooting porn. Like he was a cameraman on like softcore porn sets. And that was just how he like sort of cut his teeth.
Well,
Yeah.
to get back to the original question, I feel like my whole life was side hustles as an actor. Like I did so much weird shit. Just like, what will you pay me to do? And it should have been a side hustle, but it was the only way I made money. I worked in New York for a private detective company as a secret shopper, and you'd get in semi-disguise and go through Chinatown, these little shops in Chinatown, and find out if they had Rolexes or Gucci bags, and then you would record, you tell the private detective company where they had this stuff hidden, and then once a month or twice a month they would go and raid these places and take all the.
Whoa, you were a narc.
Yeah,
I was a
dude.
narc, big time.
Yeah, that's a narc. That's
Nice
like a narc to
guy.
me.
That feels very unlike you, Seth. I feel like
Well,
Yeah.
once I was assured that nobody got deported or anything. It was like it was a weird cat and mouse where like the people who did the stuff weren't the owners, and the owners would get fined, and it was just a weird like,
Well, and
segment
our listeners can't see this, but Seth is wearing a Blue Lives Matter T-shirt behind a thin
Yeah.
blue line
I'm
flag.
grateful for the platform, you guys. I'm wondering when we're going to get to my Reddit thread. I usually am on 4chan, but there's a lot going on. I also want to talk about the bunker vitamins that I have that I sell.
Wow. I mean, Tim, I feel like I got a lot there. That was
feel
one
great.
of the most fertile 15-minute combos I feel like we've had.
I should come with an actual topic to talk about more often.
I know,
Usually
truly.
we're just like, hey,
I think
what's
we
going
learned
on?
something this episode.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we weren't just meandering with two guests.
I have a scene, Tim, I'd like to request,
All right,
if that's cool.
toss it.
I'd like to see a scene. We could start with, we'll have Erin and Seth, and then Damien, you can be like an HR representative. I just want to see, Erin, you're the boss, and you're reprimanding Seth because he's listening to audio porn at work.
great. Seth, thanks so much for coming in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Is this the chair? Am I? Oh, I'm just feeling around. Is
Any
this the
chair. Any chair is fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and sit. I'm just gonna pretend I'm not even here. Really,
Oh, is there somebody else in here?
This is Greg. He's
Yeah,
he's HR. You probably met him when you first interviewed here, and he's just
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh, right.
Sorry, I'm
another-
here in the corner. I got my back to the. I just pretend I'm not even
Are you
here.
still
I'm
doing
just
those
like
tough mudder races?
Yeah, I did one last weekend. Yeah,
That's badass.
it is. Yeah,
That's so
thank
cool.
you. Yeah. So yeah,
Right.
just
Greg,
So what's
let's
going on?
stay on topic. So you know what? I want to put this in your corner first. Why do you think I might have brought you in?
Is this about the recycling program I'm trying to get going? At those,
No, you know what? I'm really.
I feel like those envelopes that have the plastic windows on them. If we just get rid of that, then we
Seth,
can
no,
recycle
you know what?
those.
I love the initiative there, and I'm all for it. I signed your petition. I would still say print it out so it's not handwritten, but I think it's a great idea. No, this is I don't mind people listening to music while they're doing their work. You don't use headphones, and we're getting a lot of complaints, and it's frankly really inappropriate what we're hearing.
Is this okay? I understand. This is about my anxiety disorder and the
No, you know what?
the way that I relax.
When you were listening to the self-help books out loud, that was also strange, but not as inappropriate. This was more the...
I know. I've listened to and I realized like nobody wants to hear Eckhart Tolle again. Everybody's...
The first time
You know,
was
I
fine.
didn't. I got onto it a little bit later than a lot of people.
He's just a little condescending, and I think most of his stuff doesn't really apply to, most people who have
I get that
feelings.
now. At the time, I found it helpful.
That's great. I mean, he's a
But
little
then I
bit of
kept
a
going.
robot.
Is this a kid who's dressed up as a grown up? Doesn't he look like he has a fake beard? You seen pictures of
To me, he
Eckhart
feels
Tolle?
like a sociopath who is trying to pass off having no emotions as being
Right.
calm. But whatever. I feel like it's the. I'll just come right out with it. It's the porn. You're listening to porn.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay, well, I'm
against
glad
regulations.
I'm glad-
So, we're trying to keep it, professional in here.
Well, I'm glad you guys said that, and I guess I'm going to try to stay calm here. You guys know that I'm legally blind, right? I don't have to.
We do know you're legally blind, and that's why
Okay.
we haven't
Right.
said anything about the audio books.
Because of
or
that,
the
I
other.
have anxiety. I've gotten this. I've got brand new notes from my doctor about sometimes I need special conditions, and one of the ways that I relax is with auditory stimulation.
Seth, let me just stop you right there because we have no judgment. This is not about. I love porn. I watch porn at home. You would not believe some of the things that I Google. I mean,
Okay.
you'd be horrified. And I can't.
Yeah.
But you know why I won't say it? It's because we're in a workplace. We're in a workplace right now.
Yeah.
And
Give me one. Give me just one.
you know what? I can't. And so that's the point I'm making. I don't bring my personal life, my sexual personal life, to work. And so that's what we're dealing with.
This is something that I should explain to you. It's not pornographic to me. I understand that it's pornographic for other people, but when people are talking, for some reason, I'm a self-stimulator as a way to relax, and when people are doing making stereotypical sexual sounds, it calms me. Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I can bring a note from my
Let me ask
doctor.
you, I don't need a note. Let me ask you a question. Why can't you
You
just?
might need a note.
I don't
might
want
need
a
a
note.
note.
I don't want a note. A note. You don't get a note for porn at work. That's not even a thing. Okay, and no doctor's gonna sign
Until
that.
you get that first note, then it's
Actually, can I
precedent, and
interrupt
then-
there? It actually,
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
it actually is a thing.
Greg,
In our
whose side are you
policy
on?
here, I'm
this
not
is
on anyone's side. I'm an arbitrator in this, and I'm just letting people know the bylaws in our handbook that you both signed. It does stipulate here that a doctor's note, if prescribed, may even cover anything
Greg, I'm
that.
so sorry to interrupt, but
Yes.
I'm looking at. I shouldn't have glanced. It's just you know how all
Nope.
iPhones look the same, and I sometimes glance at someone else's iPhone screen because I think it's mine because they look
Sure.
the same. I
Sure.
can't help but notice that the audio on your iPhone, Greg, is horsehair butt plug porn.
Yeah. Well,
Horsetail.
I don't-
Horsey tail.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's horsey. Yeah, it's horsey tail. It's not.
I'm sorry.
necessar-
Can I interrupt? Can I call you out on that? How could you not help to notice? That seems like a real.
I said it's because
You
the
had to be-
iPhone screen. Sometimes I'll be sitting with someone and I look at their phone because it's. I'm so used to checking mine that I see
Yeah,
a
but if
screen
somebody's
and
phone is across the table from yours,
it looks the same.
Yeah.
okay, I think
let's-
that's weird.
Let's keep on task here. So, my phone's a different story here. Seth, can we?
Well, okay, I'll explain. Listen, so we're talking about notes. We're talking about making accommodations in the workplace so that we can be the most productive we can be. I know that Claudia has a support pig, which to me, honestly, I'm trying not to be judging, but I find that I feel that's kind of ridiculous. But
Sure.
she went through the process. He wears a little vest that says support pig, which to me seems like some Etsy bullshit, frankly, but it
Well, you
works.
can
It's
have
happening.
your opinion and you can think something's ridiculous, but the pig is not making anyone feel violated or sexually uncomfortable. They might
How
just.
do you know? Have you asked every single person?
I
Actually,
haven't-
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Who knows
I don't
what's
understand.
happening?
I don't understand why I'm having this
Who
meeting
else
right
is in
now.
here?
I
How
don't
many people are in this?
understand- I don't understand. I'm sorry. I just got a Slack that I should come and I should bring the pig because there was some sort of peer mediation situation happening
Claudia,
here.
I'm sorry. I did
Hey,
not
Claudia.
realize that Greg had emailed you. Greg, just
Yeah, sorry.
CC
Can
me.
you come in,
Like, it's-
Claudia? Actually, so that's I did want to talk about that. We have gotten complaints about the pig, Claudia, and it's not
Okay.
your fault. I don't want you to think we're gonna ask you to get rid of the pig or that you can't bring the pig into the
Okay.
office.
Well, good, because I have a doctor's note that says I'm allowed to have him. He's a
And while we're
comfort
talking
animal.
Got
about
it.
feeling sexually awkward, I thought it was silly, but sometimes
What?
the pig gets erections and it's distracting.
Well,
I'm not going to say I feel
the pig
threatened.
is getting erections because the pig is listening to audio porn, but that's not inappropriate
Yeah,
when
and
it's
he's
an animal.
and he's a breeder. It's a breeding pig, so when he gets an erection, I have to excuse myself within like 10 minutes and take care of it because it's my side hustle.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
let's talk
very
about how you
different.
take care of it.
I made
Let's talk about how you take care of it.
$300,000 last year on primo swine jizz.
I mean, you're
okay?
retiring
Okay.
next year. Is that right, Claudia?
I'm retiring. Yeah, on my
Look,
swine
I'll
bunk
clear
money,
something up
okay?
right now. I'm staring at a list of complaints that I've received about the pig. None of them bring up the erection, actually.
None of them bring up the erection.
None of them
What
bring
are
up
they-
the erection. I'm doing a search right
honestly,
now.
you know why? Because there's not a box for it.
Well, I got a question,
well-
Seth. How do you know that he gets erections?
Huh? Because I hear it keeps knocking over my iced coffee.
Look, the main
My iced coffee on the
You
floor.
keep putting. Well, maybe you keep putting. That's actually a complaint I've sent to Greg that you keep putting your iced coffee right near my pig's erections.
How?
You've done
I
it
didn't-
like 4 times.
No, I was here before the pig. All right.
The main complaint we're getting about the pig and that it's distracting, and under that, that John from accounting can't stop chasing the pig around. So,
Hey, you guys want to see me?
hey, John,
Hi,
yeah, go
John.
ahead and have a seat.
Yeah, I just got a Slack.
Sure.
Ooh, look at that little. Look at that.
Again,
Stay away.
Greg,
John.
if
Stay
you,
away.
John.
Greg, if you could just tell me when you're going to call people in, because it is.
Sure,
that's
sorry, I
sort of
thought I
is
put it
my-
in the. Did I not put it in the Cal invite?
Well, you literally just made the decision while we were in here. So if you did, I didn't
got it.
get the Cal invite.
And I
I'll
just
put it
want
in
to
the
say
calendar invite
legally,
next
you
time.
have to tell me if there's other people in the room, because one of my biggest insecurities is that there's people that have been in the room the whole time, and because I can't see people, I feel that they're eavesdropping. So
I mean, everyone who's
were
come
you
in has
guys
announced
actually on
themselves.
Slack and then you just came in, or were you here the whole time?
No, they just came in. They just came in.
Don't put your iced coffee down there, Seth.
Yeah. Why are you setting it on the floor?
Why do you keep setting it on the floor?
Because I have one of those setups. I have one of those setups where the stirrups for my arms. Because you guys know how I type.
Yeah.
There's no room. I don't. If my elbows are flying, I can't.
Yes. All
I
right.
can't peep iced
Look,
coffee.
I need Wilbur for my headache, so I don't understand why I'm in here. Okay. If anyone should,
Let's
we
be
should
honest.
be talking.
You
about,
don't need Wilbur for your headaches. You need Wilbur because you have a side hustle of jerking off that pig and selling top of the line swine.
How dare
And by the
you.
way, you use the break room fridge to store all that pig cum. That's
Okay.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Whoa,
How
can
do
we
you know?
stick to semen,
How do you
please?
know, Seth?
Can we stick to
How do
semen,
I know?
please?
Let's
Yeah,
see.
but
Because
you know,
I
Seth.
fucking ate some,
Hey,
man.
let's stick to semen,
There it
okay?
is.
Like,
And
can
there
we-
it is. There it is.
Can we
I have
take
a
a
formal
breath?
complaint. I'd like to
Hang
place
on.
a formal complaint against Seth for drinking my pig
No,
semen.
Claudia,
You got to do it
Noted.
through the through the
Noted.
web portal. So
But can
That
we?
website sucks.
I'm sorry.
Let's
It's-
take a breath.
I'm sorry.
I want everyone to
Squarespace.
calm down. I want everyone to remember that we're all here for the same reason. We're all here because we love being ghostwriters for the ongoing Sweet Valley Twins teen novel
Wait,
collection.
where's John and where's the pig?
They're running around again.
Oh shit. John's gonna go jerk off that pig. John.
I gotta say, it's weird.
That's not what I'm going to do when I catch it. That's not why I want to catch
John,
it.
why do you
If it
wanna
happens
catch
to
it?
happen at the same time,
What are you trying to catch
Hmm?
it for?
just a little pig running around, something faster than me, I got to catch it.
And by the way, can we
take my
talk
shoes
dress
off.
code? Ever since that pig showed up and John got into the pig, he shows up to work with overalls with only one strap attached.
Legally
He chases
blinds
that
my
pig around.
ass. Okay, I'm gonna call you out on it. There's no way you're legally blind if you know what he's wearing.
I'm actually on Seth's side. I told him exactly what I was wearing the other day. I walked in and I say I'm wearing overalls today. I hope you're okay with it.
And
really...
his strap, the unfastened strap, kept hitting me in the face.
I kept knocking over his iced coffee with my strap.
Yeah. So this is your 30th porn, you said?
Yeah, I've done 30, and again, I need to see the pages before we start.
Okay. Well, honestly, there's just not...
I don't work like this.
There's not much... You keep saying that there's not much of a story here. I mean, it's vaguely...
It's not the size of the story, it's the size of the actress, and I can make any story big.
Okay, so I guess this story is you're a realtor. Somebody comes to look at it. They come to an open house.
Great.
And
So am I coming? I'm coming to the open house then. That's my role.
Dad, Jesus.
I'm saying as a
every
backup guy.
fucking
I'll be like
job
a
I've ever
backup guy. Because if it's just one person at the open house, then obviously the house isn't in demand. Is what
you're
I'm saying.
just there
So,
for
like,
flavor. You're just there for.
Yeah,
you're
so I'll
you're
just be
exiting
I'll be a
as
backup guy.
Yeah, you're exiting as the main actor is entering.
Sure.
I don't know
I'll put
if
in
I
a
feel
big
comfortable
bid.
if this is her actual dad. I don't know if I feel comfortable
I'm gonna be
having sex in
upstairs
front
eating
of the actual.
crackers, weirdo. I'm not gonna be down here.
Dad, stop crying. It's so embarrassing. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I just listened to a real good song.
What song did you listen to?
It was your mother's and I song.
Oh, Dad.
Wait, is that a guitar?
I'm gonna need a.
You're gonna sing the song right now?
Yeah, I thought maybe it makes sense, like, because I'm. So here's the thing.
Listen,
I know
we
I'm in
don't
the
have time.
background.
I don't have time for this.
I'm in the background. I'm a music producer. I'm interested in buying the house, but I want to make sure that the acoustics are good before I buy the house.
No, for real. You guys should hear my dad sing. He has the voice of an angel. Dad, go do the whole song for them.
This is your mother and I song. Would you know my name?
Okay, that's Eric Clapton.
If I
That's
saw
about Eric
you
Clapton's
in
dead
heaven.
kid.
I'm rock hard right now, so if we're ready to roll, we
Yeah,
can.
I'm out. All right, acoustics are good.
Yeah.
Here's
Sorry,
a bid. Here's a bid on the.
I'm changing the lens here. Sorry, Bruce. It's just taking me a while. It's sorry.
God.
It's my first gig. So sorry.
Is that an
Just,
AFI shirt you're wearing? Do you go to AFI?
Yeah.
Oh,
Graduated.
cool.
Graduated last year. Yeah, just out here,
That's
cutting my
super cool.
teeth and in the biz. So Bruce,
That's
thanks again
awesome.
for the chance.
If you ever are like working on like like an indie or whatever, like I'm super versatile. Like that's why I'm like everybody watches porn, so this is as good a way to get discovered as any. Is like what I'm saying.
Hey, excuse me. I'm trying to make a film here, okay? So you guys
can
can do.
tell you how to do
right.
your job, but your lead actor is beating off in the corner over there.
Oh,
If I don't use it, I lose it. So we either start or we die. I don't know what's
Lenny,
going on here.
now we're gonna have to wait. What's your refractory period?
I know Layla, if that helps.
If we got any,
So you know
if
any
we got
other sad songs to get this guy rock hard again? You know any Leonard Cohen?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you play actually that one of those 4 national songs about divorce?
They have way more than 4, my friend. Yeah, okay. Go out super late tonight, picking apples, making
Try a different one. Try a different one. It's not working.
It's a terrible love, and I'm walking with spiders.
That's it. That's the
about
one.
his daughter. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Uh-oh, that's working for me too.
Okay,
I'm ready to go.
Great.
All right, speeding,
Okay, I'm
Okay.
a realtor. I'm ready to go. Okay.
All right.
rolling.
And action.
Do you want to see the basement?
Yes, I'd love to see the
It's
basement.
literally right here.
I was just leaving. I looked at this beautiful house. I'm a music producer. I've worked with many rich artists.
Dad, stop
Don't
improvising.
put your face right in the lens. You're
Shit, sorry. I got the cap's still on. Sorry. I'll take the cap
sorry.
off.
I
My
Hey,
bad.
that was good,
Sorry.
though. I felt good
sorry.
in that take.
AFI
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. I was,
Jeez.
I was screenwriting.
I was just
Guy.
spitballing. What if I own a bunch of properties, right? Like, what if this is like another property that
You can
I
have
own?
whatever backstory you want. Just keep it to yourself. I don't care what informs your character, but you don't have to say it out loud. Don't say
I'm
the
just
I
thinking
love
because
how
I'm like, this
angry you
guy's a
are.
music producer. He's worked with all these big names. You know, he worked with Prince for a decade. He's probably got multiple properties. It'd be
Dad,
insane to think he
stop
just.
crying. It's so embarrassing.
I like that.
Sorry. Okay.
Those ideas.
Oh, he's
So
rock
good.
hard again. Oh, keep crying.
Yeah.
This guy's
Yeah.
hard.
Oh.
I like
Oh,
this.
okay.
Beating,
Okay.
rolling.
Do you want to see the basement?
I do. I'm a music producer, and I own several top
no,
properties
no,
all
no, no, no,
around
no.
the city.
We're gonna get.
Can't put those ideas out there, buddy. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them.
Okay. All right. Well, I own a ton of I brew my own. Fuck.
I'm willing to put $500,000 down right now for this house.
I'll put more than that. I'll put all cash. I'll waive the inspections on the
Guys,
house.
I'll remind you, this is an actual open house. So when the real realtor gets here, we have to run. So please, let's get this going.
And Dad, just remember, we're talking about my vagina, so stop bidding on it, okay? It's fucking weird.
Its interest rates are at 6.5 right now. I'm like, how the fuck is he gonna put? It's
Oh my
crazy
God.
to think
oh
that.
my God. This is why you
I'm just
can't be on
doing the
set with
math.
me. This is why this has been a problem since I was in pageants. You cannot be on set with me. Okay, everybody listen up. I need smoke machines up the wazoo tonight. I got a nose job and it didn't work out, and I can't have the audience seeing me like this. So I want smoke just everywhere, just all over me.
All right. Well, we've got the one machine going here, and we're gonna check out to see if we can rent any more. But for now, we might just might have to think of something else. So let's see.
Well, do we have any filmy sheets or anything that I could be like a ghost singing tonight, or something, I don't know. So anything that will cover my face. I mean,
What?
look at what I'm dealing with. You're all being
It's
very polite, but
disgusting. It is truly
bad.
disgusting.
it's really bad.
What we do have.
Hello.
Hello.
Oi! I heard you talking about your smoke machines. I'll remind you that I run the Piccadilly Flea Circus next door. And if any of your smoke starts to bother with my lolly pickers, I'm gonna raise quite a row.
What? But is that Bert from Mary Poppins? Well, I didn't know you were still alive.
I'm alive and kicking, sweetheart. What's it? Hey, what's wrong with your face? What happened?
I know. All right.
You
I tried
look
to
like
get a
the
nose
Queen's
job.
cunt, dear.
Yeah, exactly. That is what it looks like. And I
Now,
went in for a nose
watch
job,
your
and
mouth there, sir. No one denigrates the dead queen.
I mean,
I won't have you telling me what to do, what not to do. I know this old
The
area has
queen's
an nature.
cunt is off limits. Sir. How
Did you
Well,
say
to be
cunt
fair-
is off lemons?
The queen's cunt is off limits.
well, not the dead queen's cunt, and that is what my face looks like now. I look like a decaying cunt, 6 feet under.
Is there any other kind? Hi. I'm just joshing
yeah.
with you.
Who says that? There's literally every other kind.
Now, what's the problem there, Bert? Huh?
Listen, I came out here pretty hard. I'm sorry, but I would greatly appreciate it if you didn't use your smoke machine to hide my little flea circus.
No, it's
Do
if it's
the fleas
issue.
the fleas not like smoke?
Yeah, they're allergic to it, and also my customers can't see it. They already think it's just chiclets that
customers
I put
can't
on
see it.
automatic things, and if they don't see them open around and stuff like that,
But
then
isn't
they
that
think
the,
I'm
isn't
a-
that the point? Isn't that the point, Bert? That they can't see the fleas. So what does it
No,
matter
the-
if there's a little smoke in front of it?
No, the point is at first
The
they can't
point.
see them, and then they get closer. They go, "Oi,
All right, I'm having a
king's bollocks.
brainstorm.
huh?"
I'm having a brainstorm. How about the fleas perform and I sing backstage as the fleas? Then no one sees my face and they think the fleas have the voice of an angel.
By
But
God.
then people show up here to see you.
To hear me. I'm a singer. They don't need to see my botched nose job.
By God.
It'll just
this
give them
might
nightmares.
just
Honestly, I think you could
work.
sell more tickets if you showed that little rotten twat.
Don't
on the
say
face.
it, Bert. Don't say it, Bert.
It's quite a twat, Rodder, eh?
It is. It's a twat rider. That's exactly what I said to the doctor who did it.
That's
And
what
he
you
said, there's
asked
nothing
for?
we can do now. This
Did
is
you
not
say,
what
"Give
I
me the
asked for. I
twat
asked
rudder"?
for a nose. I said, I want a nose job. And then he started pointing out all these other things, and I said, do what you will. And I fell asleep.
Wait a
And I
minute.
woke up like,
Check your snatch. Does it look like a perfect nose? He might have gotten them reversed.
all right, oh my God, you're right. My nose is where my snatch ought to be, and my
God.
snatch is where my nose ought to be.
My
Oh no. Well, this can't be too hard to fix, but give me a hand.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna ask to cut here. What is my? So you want me to go down on her nose right here? I'm sorry to break character, but
Yeah, no, you're fine.
okay.
It's a little weird. It's a little avant-garde. So yeah, I understand. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your two fingers and like you're plugging her nose, but you're doing it down below, right? Because her nose is where her vagina is, and she's got a vagina on her face.
Yeah. When you said you were
Right.
doing something that was a take on Deep Throat, I was really intrigued. But then this is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. Okay, let me just try to get back into
Well,
it.
I gave you this script 6 weeks ago, so I know you've read it, and you were sending me notes.
Yeah, but it
so-
keeps changing. That script, like you keep. What are we on? We're on like yellow pages at this point. This is crazy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
yellow draft.
Well, I keep getting ideas. You know, I mean, you never see a nose where a vagina should be, and the vice versa. So when that happens, you're kind of like, wow,
I'd
I can
argue
really
there's a
go
reason
nuts
why.
with this.
There's a reason why.
Sure, but people like this stuff.
hey,
And we've been seeing the
pal.
same things for years
Hey,
and years.
pal, just get that fat hog ready, all right? I pay you to go down on whoever I tell you to go down on. All right?
Yeah, and once you guys are ready to go, I'll just come in. I was just in prosthetics for like 6 hours, so I'll go ahead and tap a lane out, and I'll come in, and then I'm gonna be the one that you're gonna be, sticking and fucking and whatnot, all right? Because I got all the fake prosthetics on.
Yeah,
so.
you're actually going down on a giant nose. That's Gene.
Yeah, hey, nice to meet you. So psyched to work with you. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes,
oh, I didn't realize I'd be fucking.
You just do whatever you want to me. Improvise. I'm like clay in your hands, man. I'm game for whatever.
I mean, I feel like honestly, in terms of whatever I want, I'm gonna fuck one nostril and then I'm gonna fuck the other. I don't see a whole lot of other.
Whoa, spoiler alert. Don't ruin it for us. I'd like to let the camera see a little something.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so whenever you guys are ready, just call me in. I'll go ahead and we'll do like I don't know how you're gonna do it, Brent. If you're gonna like do a pan or what, but I'll sneak in there. You won't even know the difference.
We're going to do a drone shot first. We're going to start with a drone shot, and we're going to come in real high on it and then kind of lower down on it.
All right.
'Cause
If we're gonna do a drone shot, do I have to do the voice?
The voice would help me. The voice would help me.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Okay.
I'd like you to do that. You might be hearing kind of like the echo of it, so it'd be weird if you were kind of doing English, and then as we got closer, you went British.
Oh, are you okay in there?
Yeah, they didn't put any holes in this thing, so it's like all the holes
want
are
it
for
to be
fucking, none of them are for
authentic,
breathing.
So, since we've all gotten a chance to listen to what you're listening to, you can see how it's just.
You don't
it's
find that
not
relaxing? You don't see how that could just in the background that just becomes background noise, and then you could just do your
No,
work.
because honestly, at this point, if it were just hardcore regular porn,
Right.
that would be less distracting than whatever the fuck
I'm
was
sorry,
going on.
regular
I couldn't
porn?
even follow
Regular
what was going
Yeah,
on.
it's a little. The stereotypical British accents are a little insensitive.
They never get to it. Like they
Right.
never actually get to the sex. Like it's so
It's
you know.
a lot of
I'm
edging.
I'm trying
a lot
to work.
of edging. We'd rather have people fully ejaculate than be on edge the whole day.
So Seth, are you doing a Rubik's Cube right now?
Yes. Is that a?
With one hand, yeah.
Okay.
You're having a lot of trouble with. it just.
Listen,
It looks like you're trying to impress us, but
Yeah,
you're just
it's
fumbling
kinda
around
like
this Rubik's
Yeah.
Cube. It's like
pushing it
a,
against
because
the-
you know why? A sighted person would be able to do it. So I'm just teaching you guys a lesson.
Why are you doing? Why would you choose that as an activity? Just out of curiosity.
Because I want to show that blind people can do anything, or they can try to do anything.
How much can you see?
I see just shapes, and
How
and I see some colors.
How many fingers am I holding up?
4. Fuck.
Yep.
Knew it. I knew it.
4
I knew it.
fingers.
Oh,
Guys,
God. Sorry, I have a
Seth.
headache. I gotta go jack off my pig, guys.
That helps.
That helped you?
It helps. It helps. I have a doctor's note.
Why do you get tired and take a nap after you jack off? You're a pig. I don't understand.
It's a lot of work. It's a job.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And
You just have one giant bicep.
Huh?
You just have one giant bicep.
How did this turn into? I have a note. I have a note. Why do I have to justify any of
He
this?
does have a note.
I know the people that made that porn. You should do the one giant bicep thing, and then you fist that big nose.
Well, spoiler alert.
Seth, Erin, thank you so much for doing the show. It was a blast to have you. That was so much fun. We got a little plug section here at the end. If you have anything else outside of the podcast that you'd like to plug, such as social handles or any shows that you might have coming up, now's the time to do it. Whoever would like to start. Erin, I'll start with you, Erin. Anything you got going on or social handles people can follow you anywhere?
Yeah, follow me at Girl with a Tail on Twitter and Instagram, and listen to College Town on Comedy Bang Bang World with me and Seth.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm Seth is Morris at Instagram. I have, in addition to College Town, I have a Bob Duca podcast on Comedy Bang Bang World. And if you're in LA, I do a monthly show with a group called Dinosaur at Largo. So check us out. We're once a month there, and it'd be fun if you came out.
Nice. I'm going to go see it. Now I got to go see it.
I want to go see
looking
that.
for all the hot shows. Damien, anything going on at Damien and Aya on Twitter?
Yeah, just follow me there. See if I tweet again.
At some point, you'll get one out there.
Bated breath. So that's it.
Fantastic. Awesome. And if you're not yet an improv pervert, you can be one at patreon.com/improvisdead. Become an improv pervert. Get a bonus scene. You'll get one this Friday if you sign up now. Seth, Erin, thank you so much again for doing the show. It was great to have you. I'd love to have you again someday.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.